Hey, welcome to Live from Butlins Faster FM, Faster Radio, whatever we decide to call it. My name's John, and I set up Faster Health and Fitness back in 2006. This is not my first podcast, but I've been doing this for years. This is the first time we're going to do this successively, weekly, and try and make it a little more fun, a little more interesting to listen to, cover topics that you might want to hear. So this is Live from Butlins, where I'm sat waiting for Christmas Day, and I wanted to give you all the gift of this Faster resource page where we have radio, TV, we have articles, and then we have our wiki. Now, this audio cast I'm recording lying on a bed. One of my kids next door doing stuff, another kid's in the front room doing stuff. I've got my wife and my mother in front room. So it's a proper family affair, but probably none of that's interesting to you. And what's more interesting is what this is about. So the idea behind Faster Radio is that I use the trainers that are part of Faster, part of my F squad, which is my multimedia Faster trainers that are out there producing and sharing content, with my Faster course directors, who are the guys out there who are building content and building courses for you to go on, listen to, enjoy, and improve your skills. And also for my Faster FTEs, and that's my mentors, who are there to help you go through the ladder of qualifications and certifications we put together. Now, what to look out for in this audio podcast will be podcasts up to 15 minutes long, where we might have an interview, might share some latest science, might share some training, I might just get on here and have a rant. It might be me talking as we walk up the beach together in Skegness, or whether we're walking around town or in the forest, or just wherever I can share information, the latest paper that I've read, the latest journal that I've read, the latest information going on social media. The idea that this is a good resource to come and listen to fill sort of 10-15 minutes on a journey somewhere, or if you save them all up, as long as you really want to, and there's as many as we can get in place. Now, this one's quite a quick sort of intro to what we're doing, so you weren't going to hear many sound effects, which I imagine you're pleased about. And that's kind of a cool thing, because, I want you to make sure that this is light-hearted, as well as being something that you would want to listen to. My main goal is to make sure that this gives you some content. So the way this works is that all of us get involved to deliver information to you, but you can put requests in for content on here by going on to our Facebook page at facebook.com/faster function, and on there we'll take requests and comments, and you can message through that page anything you want to that will make this more interesting and fun to listen to. I want to talk about why we've done this, because I think it's quite important for you to understand how to build a successful business, personal training, career, physiotherapy career, rehab, performance, whatever you do. Then I'm hoping that the experiences my other trainers and coaches and therapists have had will help you shape your career. Now, obviously, ideally, for people who want to really get into the thought process, this is a good glimpse into what we do, and you'll be able to then get onto one of our mentorships or something similar, and within there you'll be able to work out which course is best and how that can improve your thought process to make you a better trainer. In order to be successful in this business, really successful, you have sort of two routes. You can take a route where you copy the people you like most, and you agree with them because then they'll agree with you back, and you share posts that they've posted on social media, your Facebook algorithm will cover you in those people. You'll get a feeling that you're successful. You could earn quite good money or okay money where you are. You might pick up enough followers to maybe one time present. The other way is you can get into a group of people who want you to be successful, but who challenge you to think differently and to find your niche, to find your interest and to find content around that. And what we try to do at Faster is to give you the basic skills in order to start appreciating what's happening in our industry, and then layer on top of those skills the different kinds of ways you can start to develop your own style and to develop your own scenarios for people based on research that you've done yourself, that you've then vetted through our group of trainers who will tell you if they don't agree with you. So in order to get successful, there's several stages, and some of you might have gone through some of these already. Initially you get qualified. We call this the clone level on our new programming, and that's where you sit your level 2 or level 3, or if you're in Australia you sit your level 3, level 4, or in the US you sit your CPT with whichever company you choose. Some of the other countries adopt some of those procedures, or they're looking for their own now, but you get that basic qualification and it teaches you muscles and cardiovascular system and heart and lungs, and it teaches you the basics. Some of them add a few more tricks in based on sort of movement assessment or posture or things like that, and then they let you out into the industry. Now we call that the clone level because all the courses are pretty much of a muchness, plus most students only learn enough to get through the exam and then they get left into the industry, and we have a pretty high turnover in the industry. Some people say it's as high as 80% dropout or job change within the first 3 months of being in the industry. I'm not 100% sure how you track that, but there's definitely a case of people come in and struggle. And what you need to know is that's not shocking, nor is it a problem if you have a plan. Now our goal is to give you a plan where you can decide where you top out, but we have 3 levels of mentorship after. Now I'm not telling you about these to sell them, I'm telling you about them to give you an eye-opener into what these podcasts will be about, what the video pages, the newspaper and the wiki will be about. And that is to say, the goal of this is to give you the ability to filter information, to avoid the traps of the social media and following advertising algorithms, and allow you to connect with real people on a level you need to in order to be successful. Now to do that initially, we have a level of saying you need to be able to operate everything in our industry, so all the tools. So can you use all the equipment that's available? Can you get to different people's programs online and dissect them and then rebuild them to use them in ways that will be useful for you? Can you start to see the difference between performance and skill development, the difference between the body trying to keep a homeostasis and protect itself versus the difference between someone who just lacks motivation? Do you know that things like pain, fatigue, skill development, the use of skill, the application of skill, the application of strength, the application of range of motion could be more psychological than they are physical? At the first level, we want to give you the ability to start to see this. At our second level, now you can operate all the tools and the toys. We want to teach you how to coach this, and really if you're developing your own style and system, you don't want to go through our program. First, learn how to use everything. Second, learn how to coach someone properly. I read trainers on here who write things like your client needs to find space to learn their own skill, or you should be nice to a client when they walk in and not tell them they're eating wrong, but positively phrase things as if that's a new thing, as if they've just learnt that. They could have been in the industry 10 years. You need to be great with people and great coaching will help you get great performance. And learning how to coach well requires you to have an application of all the training tools available to you. So our second level is about being the coach and eliciting performance beyond that the client could get on their own. And that's even before you get to our top level of training, sort of internally. On our top level of training, this is our mentorship 3, and that's where, if you're out doing this on your own, that's where we say, right, how do we go about finding the information we want? So how do we get ourselves a great question that will lead us to great research? How do we filter that great research so we're not reading things that will distract us or play with our own bias and build us our own algorithm of thinking we're always right? How do we then apply that with our clients in a way that will get our clients benefit? And how do we see through some of the bias, some simple bias like strength training and squats, strength training and barbells and dumbbells are so associated with each other. And yet strength training is about applying a skill with a certain amount of power. That's the end result, even if it's with a bar or not. But the bar and the dumbbell are kind of irrelevant. And so most of the studies are done with barbells and dumbbells, but that's our history. That's going back into where we came from. We came from the gym with weights and bodybuilders and people who look big, and then we saw some application to sport, and that led our research down that line. I want you to learn at that level, how do I see the difference between intensity and biomechanics, between effort and pain? How do I see the difference with my clients' movement, so joint by joint, bone by bone, muscle by muscle? How can I predict that, see that, and use it? For you to be this rounded, proper trainer that takes the industry by storm, you need all that, and then the support and information on how to market yourself, how to get through social media, how to have support from other trainers, and build a group of people who keep your feet on the floor. Now, the whole idea of this is that we do that with you, for you, and you help do that for other people coming through our mentorships after our clone stage. The whole point of this audio podcast is that I want the industry to improve, whether they've bought something from me or not. This might be a way to get to more trainers. That's the idea behind the TV station, and that's the idea behind the paper, and that's the idea behind the wiki. None of those are charged for. Some companies charge you weekly rates for those. Some companies are trying to just mail at you all the time. But my idea is that I hope you come in and do a course. I hope you refer people to us. But I hope that we improve the industry by grabbing information and helping you interpret it and helping you weed out stuff that's not good so that you really see stuff that is good. Now, I know that this podcast is an introduction, so I don't know how much you've got from it. Hopefully loads, and hopefully it's really going to help. I'm going to do these podcasts not daily or weekly or bi-weekly or 2 daily, but I'm just going to randomly put them up every time I have information and every time there's a requirement. And that means you can get online and keep checking through, and you'll see new articles, new wikis, new versions of these, and then on our YouTube channel, loads of other stuff. So it's just really left with me to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday season. Hope you're up and ready for January, and so keep coming back and having a listen to these and a look at what we're doing. Please get on Facebook and tell us what we're up to, and if that we can improve it or deliver you something you want. Jump on Instagram.com/faster_function. Have a look at what we're doing, and I look forward to speaking to you shortly. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.